Hey brothers and sisters, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while since I've posted, but hopefully I'll be back to posting. But usually I post when I feel called to post, and I've been feeling like sharing, like I've needed to share this for a while now. So I had a vision back in 2022, 2023 in my old home that I had. So I was just walking around my home praying, and I was just feeling uneasy about the times that were coming up. As I'm sure you guys know, that's when a lot of shift happened in 2022, 2023. I want to say 2022 though. And we started seeing just so many things, biblical things coming to fruition, and we being able to see what times we are in. So I was praying about it. My thoughts were just everywhere, and I decided to pray. When I did, I fell to my knees on my kitchen floor, just in the spirit, and then out of nowhere, I had a vision. It was so like surreal because I was in a whole nother place. Like once I was in the vision, I didn't even remember that I was in my kitchen anymore. I didn't even remember that I was on my knees anymore. I couldn't feel my present self. I wasn't actually transported to that place, which my vision was. So immediately I opened my eyes and I was looking around in my vision, and I looked down at myself, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing? I felt like, when you are busy in your day and you start thinking too much that you kind of forget where you're at, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm at work. Okay, yeah, what am I doing? Kind of thing. So, yeah, that's what I was doing. And I looked down and I'm like, okay, I'm wearing white shirt, jeans. Okay, I look down and I'm outside. I just see the floor, and I'm outside, and I see like leaves and dirt and grass and rocks, sticks, whatever. And then I look up and I see a man, and I'm like, oh, it's my husband. Like I just knew that was my husband. Mind you, I'm not married right now, but I got to see him from like the side view. And I was like, okay, and I then behind him was my son, which is my oldest son, and he looked like he was about 15, 16, 17, and right now he's 10. So yeah, I don't know if that gives us a time reference or not, but I'm not really sure. So then I was like, oh, okay. And I noticed like we've been living out here for some time. We've been camping out, living off the land for I don't know how long. And it's just crazy to think about. But I looked at my husband, and he tells me, that's it. Like, there's nothing else to eat, to cook. That's it. And I was like, he just looks at me like I went looking, like, I think that's it. Like, there's nothing left. And I was just like, before I could even worry, before I could even have a thought of worry processed, like I was just like, and then like right when I was even gonna worry, I heard trumpets, and they were beautiful. And I turned, so I was looking this way, and I turned completely that way, and as far as my eyes could see, I saw a huge white cloud, looked like a boat, like a ginormous ship, not a boat, a ship. And I was just like, it was moving slowly, but it was moving closer and closer and closer. And I was like, is that what I think it is? What is that, you know? And I see angels, and I see just this glow, and I see so many angels, like almost falling off the ship, like they were everywhere, and God was with them. And I just saw this huge glow. Like, I knew where God was, and I knew where the angels were. It was different. It was a different type of glow. He was at the front of it, and they were all around it. And they were like getting closer and closer and closer. And I just see the trumpets and hear the trumpets. And it got super close to like the point where it was like right in front of me and where we were at. And it was like, it's time to go home. Like, I just knew oh, this is it. It's time for us to jump on board and go. Like, the Lord has provided so much for us. Like, we made it through all of the trials and tribulations of this life, and now it's finally time for us to go home. But what I really liked about this vision was, one, I believe it to be true. I'm a dreamer, and I have visions, and the Lord just proven himself on that. And so I believe this to be true, and I felt like he really wanted me to share this with other people, because it just builds the kingdom, and it builds our faith in knowing that when you follow him, he can give you dreams and visions, and you can help others get on board, and help them to align their thoughts to his will and his kingdom and his ways. Because sometimes we get caught up in this life and we forget why we're really here, and I believe that's very important. So I really felt called to share this. But one of the things that I really liked about this vision was that, you know, when we think right now, like, we're in the last days and what's gonna happen, and the mark of the beast, and the rapture, and all these things, only God knows, you know, only he knows when it's gonna happen, why it's gonna happen exactly, and just everything that you're worried about. Just know that God gave me this vision and showed me that he was gonna provide. The moment where I was like, okay, we're lacking, we're like, God didn't even let me like speak, like, we're lacking, like, the moment I even wanted to think that we were going to be without, God showed up. And he was there. And there's so many ways that he could have meant this, you know, as a metaphor, which he does speak in, and I'm very aware of that. But I was immersed in this vision. I was there. I could smell the outdoors. I was locked into the place where he wanted to take me. And when I was out of it, like, I think we did go up, but then in the midst of us going to him, I was awakened in like real time in my present self. And my knees began to hurt, and I'm like, how? I'm on the floor? Like, I completely forgot where I was, what I was doing. That just shows you how strong and powerful this dream was. Okay? It's amazing how God can give visions in the midst of the day. I still don't understand. Dreams are easier to understand because you're in a deep sleep. So your brain and the way that works is, is really cool on its own. But during the day, like, that's God. That's God. And I just wanted to share this to encourage you guys, to remind you guys that God is good and we shall not lack. We shall not lack. And if you're with him, even in the last days, you will not lack. And it's all going to be okay. And he is coming back for his people. And that still stands. And I am 100% in belief of that. And for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. I don't know. I'm just a part of his kingdom, and he calls us to be ambassadors of the kingdom, and that's what I'm doing here today. So I hope to be able to get more videos out, because I really like the YouTube community that I'm building. It's very small, but I'm very grateful for it, and I hope that I'm able to share more so that I'm able to have open dialogue with you guys, because it's so important in these days. And YouTube's just a different kind of area where people share their actual lives and not just like the highlight reels of their life. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing in the near future. So God bless you guys, and I hope this encourages you in any way. I know the Lord wanted me to share it from like the bottom of my heart. I know he wanted me to share it, and I came out here, no makeup, nothing, because I just felt called to share it right now. And please let me know. I know it's so rare to have dreams and visions, at least in my own like community, but do you guys have dreams and visions? And what was your last dream or vision that really spoke to you? Please share it with me down below and others, so we're able to see God's goodness and glory and mercy in these times. God bless you guys.